expert strength and conditioning coach for cycling performance. Today we're going to talk about an overhead motion for rotary stability and rotary strength, anti-rotation strength, and shoulder mobility. So this is very, very important for cyclists. I know a lot of us think, oh, I'm down the hoods all the time, I don't need overhead motion. Well, actually we do. The technical definition by the American College of Sports Medicine of aging is loss of range of motion about a joint. So if you think about it, if now you can't come out here, but only to here before you extend your back to reach overhead, your shoulder is much older than you are chronologically, and that's a big problem. That'll open you up to spinal injuries, as well as a number of issues. I've had cyclists in their 50s who don't eat on the bike because they don't have the range of motion to get into their back pocket at the shoulder. So we want to make sure the shoulders stay nice and healthy. Now, as with most of the exercises we're going to do, we're going to take our shoes off. Again, make sure that in your facility that you're allowed to do this. If you have to keep your shoes on, I would recommend going out and finding a zero lift. There's Nike zero lift shoes, so there's Nike Zero, there's Vibram 5-finger, whatever floats your boat. These are my trail running shoes, so I'm going to keep these off because they do have a significant lift to them up through here, as you guys may be able to see. So we'll take our shoes off. If you're at home, this is not a problem. Again, at your gym, listen to the rules of the gym. Don't say, well, my coach on YouTube told me that I should take my shoes off. We don't want to cause any trouble, and we certainly don't want you to hurt your feet. Now, what we have here is a 12-kilo kettlebell and a 5-kilo dumbbell. I want to show you guys both versions because some of you may not have a kettlebell at home or at the gym, but you do have access to dumbbells. So I want to make sure you see that there's a little bit of a difference between these two different pieces. And there are very many reasons that I choose kettlebells instead of dumbbells to work with, and this is going to be one of them. The first thing is we want to make sure that we're picking up the kettlebell properly. So we're going to position the kettlebell with the dumbbell nice and out of the way. The kettlebell is going to be positioned right in between my feet, perfectly down the middle. I'm going to reach with the thumb facing towards me, and this is we're going to push the hips back. Notice my back is nice and straight. My thumb is facing in, shoulder blade is locked. I'm going to use my hips to bring the kettlebell up onto my shoulder. Now be aware, this is a difficult movement. I make it look easy, and some of my athletes, such as Courtney, makes it look even easier than I do. If you're not sure how to do this, there are other ways to pick up the kettlebell safely, such as doing a deadlift, bringing it up to your chest, and then putting it over. But we want to make sure we're protecting our spine. So if you're not sure how to do it, or you have a heavy kettlebell, better to be safe than sorry. Bring the kettlebell up. We want to have it on the outside of the wrist with the wrist straight. This is one of the very many reasons why I prefer to use the kettlebell for cycling strength. It's a non-traditional piece of strength training equipment for non-traditional sports such as cycling, as well as it allows us to strengthen the wrist, the forearm, and the elbow in almost every movement that we do, because you want to keep the wrist from flexing or extending or flexing, because it'll be very uncomfortable and put everything out of alignment. So once we have that down, we're going to take the elbow out to the side. We're going to keep our abs tight. We're going to press the shoulder blade, we're going to press the kettlebell overhead. So once we have this up, we're going to keep our wrist nice and straight. Thumb is into the clavicle or the collarbone, right in through here. My glutes are fired, nice and tight. My abs are nice and tight. I'm going to turn the kettlebell out to the side. I'm going to press overhead and let that shoulder blade come down. We want to have the kettlebell next to our ear. We don't want to push our head to the side or back or bring the elbow or the shoulder up and the elbow bent, anything like that. We want to stay nice and straight. We're going to press overhead, keeping everything nice and locked, and we're going to bring the elbow in front of the face with the lat to finish the motion. This is a single hand shoulder press. So we want to keep everything nice and locked. Abs, glutes, rotate out, press overhead, pain-free, pause overhead with a nice firm grip on the kettlebell, and then pull down with the lat here, controlling the weight in the front. We're going to do 3 sets of 5 each side to start. We do not need a heavy weight. If your range of motion looks like this, I recommend going with a much lighter weight and or seeking out a strength and conditioning professional near you to help figure out what the issues at your shoulder are, or if you are having pain of any kind, go seek out the help of a physical therapist. This is the kettlebell variation. With the dumbbell, it's going to be a little bit different, only because we're going to start in the same position. It's going to be very different. You'll see my wrist is going to be able to move kind of forward and back. We don't have that weight of the kettlebell out on the forearm, helping coach us to keep a nice steady hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate out, we're going to press up, and we're going to pull down. So again, 3 sets of 5 each side. We do not need to go super heavy for these, and we want to make sure as we're going through the motion that we're not sticking our butt out, we're not letting our rib cage arch up like this. We want to keep our abs, our glutes, and everything nice and tight and aligned up pull the shoulder blade back and down, and then pull back down. So this is your one arm shoulder press with a kettlebell or dumbbell. Practice this about 3 days a week, 3 sets of 5 to begin with. Work your way up to 3 sets of 8 to 10. Again, we do not need heavy weight. We're not looking to put on bulk or mass onto the shoulders, but we're just looking to work on anti-rotation strength in through the midsection, the glutes, and getting that shoulder functioning more healthy. So until next time, train smarter, not harder, and it is all about you.